Okay, so we have a man from New York who was brutally beaten by 2 New York police officers and is now suing the New York Police Department for $100 million for a case of mistaken identity. When I first looked into the story, it had stated that the officers were tipped off about a man selling drugs in the area, and the biggest tip was the color of his pants. Now you can't tell me that's the only man in New York in broad daylight with those colored pants.
This morning, Timothy Brown, the man seen in this video being beaten by 2 NYPD detectives in a Brooklyn liquor store in a case of mistaken identity, is speaking out.
I was brutally beaten for no reason. I will never heal from this. And I said, why? I haven't done anything. And before I knew it, they grabbed me and started punching me.
Brown filing a notice of claim, a precursor to a lawsuit, alleging the officers violated his civil rights. He intends to ask for $100 million in damages. The NYPD previously said the detectives were conducting an undercover narcotics operation on April 14th and believed Brown had been involved in a drug deal.
He's punching him!
The detectives, Vulcan Maiden and Michael Algerio, have both been stripped of their guns and badges pending an investigation. And the NYPD previously said it has launched a 3-month review of its narcotics division.
We want to see these bad apples removed from the force.
Charges of resisting arrest were later dropped against Brown.
What happened to me should never happen to anyone else. It was wrong, and it was disgusting. And my life will never be the same.
Officers were not wearing body cams, and the unit responsible for the incident has been disbanded, but the NYPD has not commented on this potential lawsuit. But you see the video.
Right.
I mean, he's dragged through broken glass.
And good thing they had the video, because not having the body cams, we would not have known.
Yeah.
All right, Rhiannon, thank you.
Okay, so from taking a closer look at this video, you can tell these 2 officers were more so after beating this individual rather than figuring out if this was the right individual to begin with or even just arresting him. You know, there was too many times that this guy was in a visible position to be arrested, right? He had his hands up, he was saying, all right, man. They had him on the floor a few times. You know, we're in 2026, man. AI is out there, there's too much information out there. I'm sure if these officers would have took a closer look at their notes, they would have seen 1 or 2 things that would have led them to realize that this wasn't the right individual. You know, but I feel like they were just blinded by the color shorts, and we all know situational awareness is a part of these guys' training. So, I don't know, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. With that being said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See you next video.